Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Dawn.
I'm Monty.
And welcome. All right, so today we are going to get right to the point and get this party started. We are going to continue a series on making our marriage work, focusing on commitment. That is a very hefty word and a heavy word. So we are going to get started. Ready? All right, so talking about commitment, a little backstory on Mont and I. On our wedding day, we actually got married in front of the Beverly Hills courthouse, and we said our I do. Sorry, inside. And we only had our closest family and friends there and the county clerk. So we said our I do's actually in front of a very small group of people. And I still remember, it was exciting. It was a great day, and I said I do's. We took some great pictures and all of that stuff. And I don't know if I completely understood what I do really meant or what commitment meant at that very second. I think it took us coming home and really living out our marriage to really understand what I do really meant, to Monty. What commitment means to me is that I'm committed to Monty enough to do what it takes to make this marriage work. It can be anything. It can be communicating. It can be something as small as date nights or date days, or it can be getting external help if we need to. It is whatever, it's as long as I'm committed to him and to this marriage, to work things out together as a team. That is what commitment means to me.
That was a good one, babe. I like that. I like that a lot. What I also realized, what goes hand in hand with commitment, is reliability. It's three things I could think about when I think about reliability: trustworthy, being supportive, and just being consistent and serving my wife. And what I mean by that, when I mean by trustworthy, I mean just stick to your word. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something, just follow through with your word. If something doesn't go according to plan, you had good intentions, don't say, well, I had good intentions I wanted to do this, but it just didn't pan out that way. You either say you can't do it, or you say, sorry, I was late. Or is that the same thing as just like meaning you had good intentions if I say sorry you're late? Or that's just being honest?
Just be honest.
It's just being honest? Okay. Yeah. Well, okay, it falls under being honest. But just stick to your word. Just be honest. And that just helps out. And that helps her knowing that, she can trust you and she can rely on your word. And also what I mean by being supportive, just support her in any way that you can. If she's having an emotional time, just be sensitive to that and just support whatever you can to help her during those times. Just being supportive with, if she wanted to talk to you about some things, conversation, anything, just being supportive. Just be consistent with that. The last thing, what I mean, is be consistent. Just being consistent, period. Being consistent, trustworthy, being consistent of just being supportive, and just being consistent of just serving her.
I mean, why don't we give an example of what we were talking about, or what you were talking about in terms of, I guess, consistency or, giving your word?
Oh, being consistent with, I'm gonna give you an example. Good point, I'm sorry about that. It was a situation where I went somewhere and I told my wife that I was gonna go somewhere, and I stayed a little bit longer than expected. And she and I both have a good communication. We're just keeping tabs, so we know what's going on. Anything happen, God forbid anything happen, we just always just like to keep the communication up if change of plans happen. Well, that didn't happen for me, and I didn't think nothing of it, but for some reason she got used to us being consistent with our communication, and because she didn't hear back from me from the time that I told her that I was going to be somewhere, she started getting worried because that wasn't normal of us with our communication. So that's something that I wasn't consistent with, and I should have. So that was a good example of me just checking in, just letting her know that I'm gonna be a little bit longer, or something came up. So just so she's aware. So
commitment, reliability, trust, all of those are key factors in a marriage and in a successful marriage. God always comes first in a marriage, and after that I feel like commitment. You know, committing to a marriage is huge. And of course, there's a billion different key factors to having a successful marriage, but these are some of the key pointers. We hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe. Also, let us know in the comment section below if you enjoyed it or if you would like to see something talked about in the coming episodes. Feel free to leave us a comment. We read all of them. Thank you for joining. Have a great one.
After, we're getting married in the courthouse, giving our vows and, what that really meant. I came home feeling the same exact way as well. Oh. I can't believe that. I'm just thinking about when we went to the courthouse and we gave our vows, and I really didn't realize what that meant to us as well. Like the commitment.
We put God first, and we work things out together as a team.
Yeah, that's good, babe. That was really good. And yeah. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that, babe. When we gave our vows, the commitment, and that comes along with the commitment.